All right, well, as it starts to load up, hey, y'all, it is Work It Wednesday, and I am Casandra Bollinger. We have so much stuff going on tonight. All right, so that way we can go ahead and get started. This last weekend, I was able to go down to Houston area to Pearland, Texas, for the H-Town Showdown. They have been doing this for quite a few years. I didn't even know about it because, of course, when I started in COVID, a lot of everything had been shut down. So everybody has stopped doing events. This was the first one that they had since 2019, just like SFR. So it had been 3 years. I heard about it at SFR, and then I saw it in an SFR group, and I begged to join. Anywhere that I can drive that is within a day, like I say that, I really don't want to drive more than 6 hours at one time, or it's got to be something major. I'm going to go to. I'm not going, like, world tour, guys, is going to be coming up soon. I say soon, like 5 months. 5 months? I don't even know what month it is. So it's going to be like January, the last part of January. Come on, Mary Alice, I'm trying here. The last part of January. This incentive that we're in, if you go to World Tour, you will get 500 extra incentive points. Like, hello, 3 points for going to get training. 3 points. And speaking of the incentive, because I feel like I really need to talk about this, on the incentive, we went over this a couple of weeks ago, but it might be something we need to go over again because we are only in the first 10 days out of the 6 months of this incentive. The way that the incentive is pointed is very, very easy to achieve. It has been the easiest since I've been in. This is my third incentive period that for the fall that I've been in. The first year I got 2 spots for Disney, and then last year I did get level 1, which was just SFR. It was, I can't even explain to you that first little level for paying for SFR, that's $350 worth of training. $350. But do not just strive for level 1. Don't just strive for level 2. Go for 3, because what they say, if you shoot for the moon, you'll end up in the stars. The worst you can do is end up in the stars. You guys know. On the incentive, there is less sponsoring points required than any other incentive that I have been in since I started. They look scary. There's a way to track your progress on the website or on our workstation, and it does update every night at Scentsy midnight, so that's 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Every point that you get, every PR you get is point for point. So if you have 100 PRV right now, then you have 100 points to go for the incentive. If you do 1,000 plus for 5 out of the 6 months, you get a bonus of 2,500 points. Guys, right now with fall and winter releasing, and we have the harvest collection coming up, getting 1,000 in PRV, if you want it, it's achievable. Guys, it's so achievable. I looked at our numbers from last year, and we did twice as much as we did the year before. Now, granted, COVID, we had a little bit higher of, more people were buying online because everybody was stuck in their house. But last year we had been released to go back. Like, they had started opening everything up. The collections that we have coming out will help. Every single PRV point counts. Doesn't mean like, oh, except for this, or oh, except for that. Every PRV point counts. Getting paid at your rank. And I believe it's lead or higher. Is it lead or higher? Hold on. How to earn. Yeah, it's lead or higher. So that means if you have a minimum of 1 team meet and you are getting paid at title, you get 100 points. And that's just for doing what you should be doing anyways. If you are a star consultant, it's 300 extra points a month for working your business. So the way that these incentives are, the incentives are geared towards is to help you succeed and focus on certain aspects of your business. PRV, it's very important because that is the only thing that you can control in your paycheck. Building and growing a team and cultivating leaders and cultivating an environment where people are wanting to work and wanting to get a paycheck. You're always going to have different types of consultants. And I did a training last night. It was really quick. I think it was only about 30 minutes. It talked about the 3 types of consultants that we have. And I may go over that tonight. But it helps us to sponsor, and not just sponsor, because you can get people to sign up. There was one month I had 5 people sign up. It was it honestly was easy. Every time I asked, everybody was like, yes, yes, yes. And only 2 out of the 5 are still here. And one of them's on this call tonight. So there are people that are doing this as a hobbyist. That means they are basically working to just get 200 in a month over a 12-month period. There are people that are part-time, that their goal is to do 200 a month. There's others that are full-time and this minimum of 500. So we may go through those little tasks here in a minute. But again, everything on the incentive for how to earn, there are ways. When you scroll to the very bottom and it says start earning points, if you are a certified consultant and you're starting this as a certified consultant, this is how you can win. The points on the sponsoring are not calibrated for this incentive because they are 2 to 3 times as much. Because again, this is the easiest set of sponsoring points. This is the lowest amount that's ever been required. So it is a lot easier than you think. All right, with that being said, so this weekend, H-Town Showdown, it was amazing. I really thought it would kind of be like SFR where they kind of do stuff for this amount of time and then there's like kind of a break period and then you kind of come back to this. Guys, the only time that they stopped training was while we ate. That was it. It started we got there at 8 o'clock. It was already full. Like Blake and I had a hard time finding places to sit at 8 o'clock and it didn't even start till 9. It was packed. They started with the training and honestly, I was sitting at a table and one of the consultants would not be quiet. So it was very distracting to Blake and I. So there was a lot of people and stuff that I missed and I was so worried. I'm like, I'm so upset. I drove 4 hours to come down here. I paid for a hotel and how am I, I can't get that back. It's not like I can ask them to repeat. There was nothing recorded. But halfway through, during our lunch period, they kept talking about boards. Don't worry about it. It'll be on your boards. And I'm sitting there like, I know what the boards app is, but that's not what was in my head. The way they were making it sound is like a cork board. Like there's going to be a cork board later of like maybe a sheet that's like typed out from every presenter, or they're going to, I don't know. Like I couldn't figure it out. But I had done probably only about 4 pages of notes. Some of the stuff I knew. Some of the stuff I had used and utilized. So I didn't really need, I was just writing down the stuff I didn't know. Like the little tips and tricks. Like in every app, in every part of our business, there's always easier ways to do something. There's always an easier process to go through, but sometimes it takes some time. So they kept talking about boards. And tonight I'm going to talk about the boards. When we got done, and like I said, it was nonstop from 9, and we didn't actually leave out of there till after 5:45. Then they all went to a barbecue place. Blake and I went back to the hotel because I was exhausted. I didn't sleep very well. We went to bed at like midnight, and I was up at 6 because I wanted to eat. And then we went downstairs, ate at the hotel, then went back upstairs, and I finished getting ready. And we got over there. I was like, oh yeah, we can leave. It's like 5 minutes down the road. I can't believe it was packed. Like, honestly, we almost didn't find a spot for 2 of us together. But the people that were there, were the people from Thursday night shift. Every week, they go on at 7 o'clock. There is a minimum of 5 SSDs that are always on there. Now, there's always a couple of others that come on and hop on. Heather Gorsuch, Callie, JP, Melissa Gratz, Jody Farmer, and then Jen Audette. Those are the ones that are there every single week in Thursday night shift. And we got to be trained by Callie, Jody Foster, and Heather Gorsuch. It was phenomenal. The way that they had this organized and how fast, I can't even believe that everybody only had like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, but they packed so much information in that short amount of time that the time really did like blow by. Like it really was fast. And whenever they said lunch, everybody was starving. Like it was just at that point that your minds are racing and you're trying to absorb all this information. And so basically your body is working out. Like that was my workout for the weekend, guys. I just got to think a whole bunch. I can do 75 hard. But the boards is a really great way for you to have basically like templates of text pre-made that you can either make from your phone, make on a desktop, to be able to copy and paste for certain things. You can do links in them, you can do pictures, you can do just text. It's very functional because when you download the Boards app to your phone, no matter if it's Android or if it's an iPhone, once you download the app, you add that keyboard into your phone. And we did it on Blake's. So we had to go into his settings, into keyboards. It showed that there was only 2. We did add keyboard, and then we added the boards. So what that does is when he starts to go use the boards, is he pulls up whatever way that he's sending it. If it's a Facebook message, if it's a text message, an email, before he starts to type, for him, because he had the boards in the bottom corner or somewhere on the bottom, will be a world. When you click on that, it moves over to your board screen down where your keyboard is at. And you basically press what you want to send. Again, if it's a link, if it's a picture, if it's text, everything is at the touch of your fingers. You can create your own boards. You can use other people's boards. So if I opened up a board for team share information, I could make all of y'all admins to where you can edit, but that also means you can delete. I can add you in to where you just view, and then you have to access it, and you would just be able to see it. And this is how H-Town Showdown they sent it out. It's just viewable. But they're adding more content. There was a couple of things that they didn't have time to upload, so there's going to be more information. And when I started looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of information. No, guys, when you start clicking in each one of the main boards, there is more and more information on the inside. All right, so I'm going to pull up my boards. Let's see. What do I have over here? We can close this down. See, I needed all this stuff closed. Okay, that is okay. This I can close. This I can close. This I can close. Okay, so all those are closed now. That can be closed. And okay. All right, I found it. Maybe. Where's that? Oh, okay. It's right here. Okay, so when you log into this is what it's going to look like also on your phone, except there's not going to be so much extra. It'll be a little bit more condensed down. And there is a walkthrough. The first thing on here says, start here to learn boards. When you click inside of here, there is a video of how to use it. There's also a secondary one that has more boards inside this. Create your first board. It is step by step by step by step by step. You will be able to go through this at your own pace. Now, I did not originally release it to everybody I did give it to Raylyn because she asked for it, and so I gave it to her. She's already gone through and looked at it. I guess I don't see her on here, so she must have had to slip off. But it is free, guys. There's no payments for this. It is a way for you to collect information and have it available for you to use. So that's just how you start. So they have categories. So I'm going to blow this up a little bit so y'all can see this. Sponsoring and join. Oh, I guess I need to scroll this way. We're going to do this way. There's team information, customers, parties and events, host, bookings, Scentsy Club, samples, social media, office organization, personal development and growth, apps, programs, Amazon shopping list, resources, shipping, mailing, fundraisers. There is so much information here. The only bad part about having access to it is that you can't edit this. So if you like something and you're like, oh, I kind of like that, but I need to change it up, you would have to do a copy and paste. So you would either do it on your laptop and sit here and be like, okay, I'm going to copy this. And then you're going to go to a different screen and add it onto your board. That is a way to do it. If you are on your phone, basically is that you can open up, if you already have this board here, you can open up and do a new board, and you're basically just clicking and going back and forth between two different ones. It takes some time. So your best bet is to go through here and utilize this as information. Find what stuff you need, because you guys do not need every single thing. I promise you, if you went through and tried to do every single thing in this board right here, you'll get burnt out in a week. Like, there is too much information. But if you've been thinking about how do I do parties or events, you can click in here and it's going to tell you, see, start here. This folder contains training and guides to teach you. This talks about, it has scripts. Let's see, is there an arrow back and forth? Hold on. Y'all's pictures are in the way. Oh, yes, it does. Hold on. Let me move you to the other side. Okay. So this goes through. It gives you Canva links. It gives you different words to say other than party, scent event, scented social, girls night out, mom's night out, a sip and sniff. I had another one that I had used. A scent occasion was another one. But coming up with something different than just party, because a lot of people will cringe because it's a party. They think they have to get dressed up or they have to clean their house or do everything. Guys, it's just a different way to say that there's a gathering of people that's either online or in person at a place. That's all it is. So you can, if you're very creative with words, then this will be so much fun for you. I am not a creator, I'm a duplicator, so I can find information and I can utilize it and I know how to utilize it. I can't always come up with that beginning part because I'm just not that creative. Party pack infos with ideas. Again, there's another Canva link and it takes you to using this template. I mean, this is so you can start to get people interested. Hey, these are all my different party packs. And then they're going to be like, ooh, how do I get one? And that's a conversation starter. Putting in what you are doing while you're doing something. So if you're making samples, if you are printing off flyers or postcards, or you order it and it comes in, take a picture of it and be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to mail these out. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hand these out. Because people are going to be like, well, am I getting one? And they're going to want to know. And it's another way for you to be able to start a conversation. And the conversation isn't like, don't you want to buy? Don't you want to buy? You want to buy some Scentsy? You want to buy some Scentsy? No, the conversation is like, oh, that's awesome. So I have these flyers and I normally mail stuff out to my customers that order. You know, I do have, I always do that. If they are not my customer, if they are not purchasing stuff from me, what they get is rub and sniff stickers. And they don't even get that many. They get one postcard with like 3 rub and sniff stickers. That is their sample, because I had to stop giving out so much stuff for free. It's very hard to run a business when you have more money going out than you have coming in. So this also talks about in-person events, like doing a open house. I have not done an open house at my house because my house is not very large. I think we have enough room. Let's see, the chair, the couch, and the love seat. So I have enough for 6 people to be in the house and sit on furniture. I think I have 3 other chairs that are not in use. So that means I could get up to 9, but I don't have a lot of room in between those. So I have not done one. I really want to, but I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. I thought about trying to see, my mom lives out in Midlothian, and they have a huge open kitchen. But then I have to get all my friends from wherever they're coming from to go to Midlothian. It is a little bit further south. So it's something I'm working on trying to find a location for me to do it. Now, you can also do it at a restaurant. You can have it to where you go to like on the border, and you can go ahead and order some chips and salsa and maybe some appetizers, and have people stop by and come in for a snack and come smell some of my wax. You know, it's just a come and go event, and you can tell them that, you know, you're going to be there for an hour and a half, and just let them know that I'll have different people coming in. Put everything, you know, they can do drinks and whatever, put it on my tab, blah, blah, blah. Now, if they're wanting food, they should not be expecting for you to pay for their meal. But you can have, you know, the sampler, you can have some chips and salsa, and they can sit there and you can have catalogs and your testers out. You can maybe bring a couple of the smaller products, simple and easy, just to be able to get the scent under someone's nose. The other thing is, like, if you have a great coffee shop that's near you, you could do a one-on-one. And, you know, people have been doing different names for this. It's a sip and sniff, or you can say, you can use it kind of a spin, and the words are just escaping me right now, but kind of like a personal shopper. So one-on-one shopping consultation. So that way they can go through the catalog. It's just one-on-one, so they can kind of look through and ask any questions, and then go through the testers and decide what scents they want. And of course, at that time, you want to make sure that you have some kind of either pre-made form, or you have note paper that they can write down like the warmers that they loved. Like, I really want to get this. I can't get it now, but this is like on my wish list. So you may have an area for wish list. Then you have stuff that they're going to get, and then you can help walk them through to do some bundle and saves. You can walk them through on how they're going to get their best deal. Instead of ordering 4 bars of wax, you order 1 more, you get 1 free, because it will save them money. They don't get a discount for 4. They can get a discount. I mean, you can do the 3 and the 1, but for 1 more bar, they get another one for free. I honestly can't tell you the last time I sold a single bar or like a 3-pack. I sell them in 6-packs. Because if they buy any of them, I just tell them, I was like, look, you buy 5 and get 1 free. It's $30. If they're local to me, it's $32.50. Because I've sold so many of them, I know exactly how much it is with tax. And I always put it in my bulk order, so that way they can come pick it up. If they want it delivered, then I just do a mock order so I can have it delivered to their house. What else is on here? There's the bingo party. Now, I have heard of the bingo party, but I have not done it. I did do it with my other direct sales company, and basically what it was is that everybody got to pick 5 numbers out of 1 through 60. And what you did is you pulled a number, or you had they had to put their numbers up first. You pulled different numbers, and then every time you pulled a number, you talked about a product. And then, of course, if someone got bingo, they won. So it's a way to get everybody interactive. There's always a chance to win. You just can't do pay to play. Like they can't pay $5 for a card. They can't pay additional additional money to get something for free. You can't do a raffle of I'm selling $5 tickets or dollar tickets to somebody will earn this warmer. They either all have to win something, but they can't pay to play. Actually, they don't all have to all win. You just can't pay to have anybody win. When I started, I did a lot of giveaways because I started my business collecting all the Scentsy. I wanted all of it. And my parties were huge. And we're talking like 5, 6, 7. I think my largest party was $1,200. That was my launch party. $1,200 in 3 days. And there were so many rewards. And I didn't just get like a bar of wax. My half price was a warmer with wax, or it was any of the 6-packs, the Laundry Love, the Moisture Melody. I made sure that I got the most for my buck. If I'm going to pay half price, I'm going to get the biggest ticket items. I'm going to get it all. And then I spend every last penny in the free credit. And it was great. My boxes that were coming to my house were huge. And so I ended up getting most of the stuff for free or half price. So that is the stuff that I gave away. I made them do things to get tickets, but I never just was like, hey, this is for you. I used to do posts to get them interactive. So I'd be like, I go live and I'd be like, hey guys, in about 5 minutes, you're going to see a post. And all it's going to say is purple. And since you guys are watching this video, when it says purple, you have to put a number up. Like that way they didn't know what they're supposed to do. I mean, some people could figure it out unless they watch the videos. And the more that they watch the videos and the more that they commented on the videos, the more that my group was in everybody's feed. Then I did mini drawings where every time that whoever jumped on a live and was on there for the entire time, I would have tickets, and then we would pull the tickets right then, and they would win something. And I sent out goodie bags all the time. And it was great. It really was, because we were all quarantined at home. Nobody could leave. There was no entertainment. Would that go today? It probably would work. Right now I'm running a scavenger hunt. And it's not a Scentsy scavenger hunt. It's just random items out of their house. I went to Canva. Actually, the first 3 were from somebody else's stuff that I found in one of the party events or Facebook party games. And it just told them to find random things like a screwdriver, tape, cotton balls, coins. And they just have to take a picture and they're into a drawing. And if you do all 3, then that's 3 drawings. I have 6 of them up there right now. I have one person who's done every single one. So she has 6 chances to win whatever I decided on. I don't tell them what it is. I don't tell them that there's a money value to it. I just tell them that there's going to be a drawing. So, but these parties and events, this right here, I went through so much of this stuff and it was amazing. The fragrance flower party. Christina actually went to mine over at Sam's. I went to a garden. I'm sorry?
That was fun.
Yes. So I went and I talked to a local bar owner, and I had asked, I was just starting out, and I was like, hey, do you guys do like a ladies' night? And she was like, well, we've been talking about getting it going. And I was like, would you care if I did like a flower party? And they would be $15 instead of $16 because I was going to bundle them up. I would bring the Sharpies, and then that way they could do an event. They had done one prior, and it was painting. It was really cool. I actually have mine and Blake's hanging, well, mine that I made that night. This says Bollinger, hanging up on the wall in there. And this was before I got married, so this had to be 2018. And it was really cool. And so that's when I had offered to do the flower party. And what I did is I left, at the time we only had 8 different scents. They were only the scents that were in the testers. So I pulled out 8 of those. I put them in a little jewelry bag that had a drawstring. I left it up at the bar. I printed flyers and people came in, paid them money, and they either ordered through me or they ordered online. And then I brought extras because I wanted to make sure if anybody happened to show up and didn't prepay, they just couldn't pick the scent. It was going to be whatever was available. And it was amazing. Everybody has so much fun, but I was so new to Scentsy. I never would have, I mean, like looking back now, there was so much more I should have done. Like I should have had them have little goodie bags to leave with. I should have had more ways to get all of their information. I should have had, let's do a competition. I'm going to post online, and if your flower wins, I could have drawn this out to do something more. But again, it all goes back to the more that you do different things, the more that you can learn what works, what doesn't work for you at that time, and then what you could work on later. I have gone through so many different, avenues of my business that I've tried a lot of things. I found out not very long ago, because someone reminded me that some of those things I didn't let it set long enough. Now, I'm going to use this analogy because back when my grandmother used to do like the Thanksgiving dinners, or if we went out there during the summer, she always cooked Sunday lunch, Saturday night. And why is that? Because when you cook, the flavor and all your spices have to set to actually get the full experience of what that dinner is. And if you don't let things set and simmer and marinate in your business, you may miss an opportunity you don't realize that you're missing. So it's August. We have 6 months till the end of this catalog season. I have decided, I have changed a couple of different things up in my business that I will do until the end of this catalog season. So I can say I did this for 6 months. What worked? What do I need to tweak? And maybe what do I need to put back for later when maybe it needs to be tweaked more, but I don't know how to tweak it yet. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, every aspect of my business. A couple of months ago, I quit doing weekly mail outs. I went down to once a month mail outs. Now, looking that we're about to get into fall, I'm so glad we did. Because if I was getting the orders that I was getting last year, we're talking 20 to 30 things a week to mail out. My goal is that we have so much happy mail that we have to package that I have to get an assembly line. And that way I can be calling up some of my friends and being like, look, you want to earn some Scentsy? You can come on over and you can help me bag this stuff up. Because I love to send happy mail, but I was sending like 5 to 6 different type of postcards. Some of them had some good information. They were really great, but I've tweaked mine down now to everything is on one card, front and back of a postcard. Now, if they have Scentsy Club, then they automatically get one of my wax cash. And I actually did that a front and back as well. So I have 2 postcards, front and back, instead of 6 postcards, only one-sided. I also had, I printed off 30 pages of the Rub and Sniff stickers because I got a whole set of Rub and Sniff stickers for free from the last incentive. I earned something every single incentive. It may not be everything. I got one of the bricks out of the 3, but I got one. Just like last year, I only got level 1, but that paid for my SFR, $350. They didn't give me the cash, but they gave me the experience of a lifetime. So when you are looking at different systems, try something for 6 months. See what you can do for 6 months. Try it again. This will be my 3rd time that I have revamped my Sassy Cassie bags. First time they literally were bags. Kind of did it. Mary Alice was not a consultant at the time, and she was the only one who jumped on that train. Only one. It was a $10. It was a $10 Sassy Cassie bag. Mary Alice was it. So I think I sent her like $45 worth of stuff. I don't know. I packed so much stuff because Mary Alice was ordering stuff so much that I literally just had to have a box off to the side. And every time that Marianne was ordering, I just threw more stuff in that box. And some of the stuff was even stuff she was ordering because it was hard. Like y'all saw with Scooby-Doo, sometimes you don't have time to put in 15 addresses because PWS is the only thing working. The workstation crashes and then you don't have a way to ship it to them. So I had told her the only way for me to guarantee is I'm just going to place all the orders. It'll be here. And then I shipped it. And I shipped a huge box. Was it 2? Maybe I did 2. I think 2. Yeah, 2 boxes. I had to ship. Mario's like, I'm going to pay for it. And I'm sitting there going like, no, you ain't paying for it because the commission I got off of all your stuff because you didn't want to sign up was probably about 10 times as much of what I had to pay for that shipping. I was covering that shipping. I was covering because she was helping me out. And so I wanted to help her out. But you have to look at it as that you need to try different things and you can tweak it as you go along. But this whole board system, everything that we are looking through here, these are tools. These are tools for you to be able to fix or learn, or maybe you thought you knew how to do something, but you weren't quite sure like what the steps are. Like you knew what goodie bags were, but then what's the difference of Happy Meal? You know what Happy Meal is, but then what are the party packs? I have different names for my things, just like everybody else is going to have different things for theirs. So it is going to be what you decide it is. But what someone else calls a goodie bag, maybe what someone else calls Happy Meal. My Happy Mail means it goes by a stamp. That means it's my purple envelopes that has some rub and sniff stickers in it. It's going to have a brochure of the scent and warmer of the month. It's going to have a product sheet folded up. As long as it's under an ounce, it's 1 stamp. If it's under 2 ounces, or if it's 1 to 2 ounces, it's 2 stamps. And that's my Happy Mail because it goes by mail carriers, how I look at it. My goodie bags are always in a bag. So those means that it may still go through the post office. It may go through FedEx or UPS, depending on what I can find cheaper. But that's how I do it. It's like, that's how I think about it in my head. If I have to print off a label, that's a goodie bag. Now I'm doing my goodie boxes, the ABC boxes. So it's no longer Sassy Cassie bags, Sassy Cassie mystery bags. I'm doing an ABC box. Is essentially the same thing as the whiff box, except for it's an ABC box. It's the same concept. It's going to be different products, but I actually get to pick and promote what products I'm going to be putting in there. So I can look at what all my customers are buying. And I'll tell you what, my customers love warmers and wax. Love warmers and wax. But I need them getting some body products. I need them doing some laundry. Because if I can get them to try some of these other products, and if they start to love it, then my next step is Scentsy Club. I have changed my goals in Scentsy ever since I started, because in the beginning, I just needed a paycheck. And when they told me there was no cap and I could have the paycheck I wanted, all I had to do was work for it. Guys, I was getting $1,200 paychecks. I was working my butt off because I could control what I got paid. As I started growing my team, I realized that their PRV, high PRV is great because that's my paycheck I can control. But the Scentsy Club, since they started pushing all these incentives, I started looking at it. Guys, I grew from 6 subscriptions to 16 because of brick number 3, because of that incentive last month. I have over than doubled my Scentsy Club. This month alone, I'm going to have $310 of PRV that I didn't take the order. I didn't take the money. I didn't bag it. All I have to do is send them a thank you. Scentsy Club is where it's at. We were talking to, I was talking to the Jackie Duran and Robin Hatfield, and I was talking to them about like what my ultimate goal is. Honestly, my goal is completely changed. I want to where I have 4,000 minimum month of Scentsy Club. Because if my entire PRV was taken care of on a rotating scale on a monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly basis, that means I could work on stuff that brings me joy. Like that means I'm not stressing over that one little order. Oh my gosh, I got to get 6 orders, or I need to get $200 because I want to get active, or I have to hit 500 if I want to get paid on my team. Like I don't have to worry about that. If I have 4,000 a month minimum, like I'm not really shooting for 4. I mean, my ultimate goal is to have like 10,000, 20,000 a month and rotating PRV. So I can do trainings. I can do, I could go do different events because I wouldn't have to be working as hard. I could work smarter, not harder, because that residual club, or the residual PRV coming from the club is easy. It's easy. It's in their hands. It's in their control. Again, I don't have to take money. I don't have to bag it up and deliver it, or I don't have to bag it up for them to come here. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to be shipped. They're already having it shipped. And guys, it is cheaper right now for you to order through Scentsy Club than it is on the website. I'm going to say this again. It is cheaper. It's $8 flat rate for Scentsy Club. $8 flat rate. It is cheaper for you to get any consumable products right now in your Scentsy Club than it is for you to order on your website. And they can change it, add it, delete it, modify it for free at any time. Just think about that, like what that would be, because a lot of people, like I tried the hair products. I've tried the makeup products to where you had to be in and pay almost $225 a month for 3 months to get that discount. If you canceled early, you had to pay the difference of the products you already purchased. You had to pay the full price of each of the products. So it didn't become 200 and something a month. It came 300. So you ended up paying 900 over the whole thing. It was just, it blew my mind. I don't even know why I did that. But you couldn't modify it. You couldn't change it for free. You got charged. You got a penalty. You got a cancellation penalty. There's fees. Guys, our Scentsy Club is free. They want to get the whiff box this month, but don't ever want to get it again. After it ships, they can go in and delete it. They want to go in and get their laundry stuff right now. They can go in and create a club, get it cheaper than going to your website. Cheaper. Because there's only $8 shipping fee. And if it's over $30, they get 10%. And if it's over $60, they get a half price item. And they can cancel it. They can keep it. You can change it to a lower frequency. So if it was at every month, you can change it to a bi-monthly or change it to a quarterly. You just can't change a quarterly down to a monthly. So I've been telling customers that are talking about Scentsy Club to go ahead and at least try it monthly. Try it for the first couple of months monthly, because you can change it to bi-monthly. So if you're getting so much in the first one and so much in the second one, then change it to a bi-monthly. So that way it won't ship for 2 more months. If it's still too much of whatever they're getting, then go ahead and move it to a quarterly. But if you started a quarterly, you can't move it faster. That means they're only going to get 4 shipments a year. And maybe that laundry is not going to last them for 4 months. Maybe those body products aren't going to last them. But I will go ahead and I'm going to put the board's link on to our team page. I want to make sure that you guys have all the information. If you guys go through and you have any questions, please let me know. I have used boards. It's very, very similar, and I think it's actually a way it can connect to Trello as well. But I wanted to go over this. I'm going to go ahead and bring this off. If you guys want to go ahead and unmute, if you guys have any questions, if you have any, like, you want to see it again, let me know. I will pull anything and everything back up if there's anything I talked about. Let me check to see. I don't think I have anybody over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and conclude this for the team page. Thank you so much for showing up to Work It Wednesday. I will be here every single week at 7:15. The Zoom opens at 8 o'clock. I go ahead and start streaming here in Team Kennedell Wax. If you have any questions, let me know. This will be uploaded to YouTube later on. I love you all. Have a great night.